you are like me and you've recently moved and you have a pile or a room full of all of those miscellaneous things that don't have a home yet. Or maybe you have been in the same house, but you have an attic, a basement, a bedroom, a cupboard, or a drawer, which is just where all of those lost soul items congregate. I'm going to teach you how I break down these bigger jobs to make them really achievable, and also how to help when you're trying to make a space do lots of different things at once. So I am here in my spare room, which is my kids' playroom, which is our homeschool room, which is storage, all the things. And so I'm going to show you how I'm going to transfer this room from dumping ground into functional ground. So if you are with me, let's get started. When you are tackling a big organizing or decluttering project, one of the hardest things is knowing where to start. And my absolute favorite way of getting over that hump is to start with the things that are blaringly obvious. So whether that is getting rid of trash first or putting away those items where you know where their new home will be. So in this situation, I have put all of our excess clothes up in the closet, and then I can clear that away and move on to the next project. Don't be afraid of making a mess, tipping out a box so you can see everything, and processing those things one by one until you are ready to move on to the next one. One thing that can be really tricky about places like storage rooms or basements is that we are storing lots of different kinds of items. So baskets and boxes or drawers and cupboards are a great way of segmenting those different things. So of course, if you have a space that is doing lots of different things, if you can section off those items, give them their own space and own home, keep them all together and label them really clearly, that is going to be a great way of making the space functional and usable by lots of people. Guys, here is a little pro tip for you. There is so much power in holding onto a rubbish bag. If you have a rubbish bag in one hand and some keen eyes, you will definitely find things that are ready to go. This is a great way of staying motivated when you feel like you're plateauing in any job. Just a friendly reminder that decluttering is only one part of this whole process, and it is not an indicator of your success. So if you are going through a room or a drawer or a cupboard and you are finding good homes for things, you are looking through what you actually have, not every time is there going to be things to go, and this is still a win. If you are getting things to their correct home and you are loving and using them, that is all part of the process. For all you boy mamas out there, this is how long it took me to work out how to get this Batman robot to go back to his original state. Oh my days, I don't know why it took me so long. I think that we should actually get rid of the term junk drawer because so often we just need a home for miscellaneous things, for pencil cases, for things that don't belong somewhere else. They need a home, and if their home is a miscellaneous drawer, it's no longer junk, it is just the right place for those things. If you can be a little bit of a perfectionist like me, one of my favorite things to do when I'm tackling a big job is to do something a little bit extra. And in this case, I actually hired this upholstery cleaner from our local hardware store, and it meant that I could clean this couch, which was so gross. And it just makes me feel so good when I get to the end of the project and I've done something that's a little bit of a deep clean job, that I've gone the extra mile while I've got everything out, whether it's washing some curtains or wiping down those cupboards while they're empty. It all will make the job feel so much more complete at the end. I am almost finished this project, but I'm actually at my favorite part, to be honest, but it's also a part that I think gets wildly overlooked, and that is the tweaking phase. So we have been, I've put things in homes, I've sort of set up the room how I think it's gonna live, I've given things a home to see how they like it there, but there is always going to be some times where things just don't work in that place. And it doesn't mean you've done anything wrong, it just means that that probably wasn't the best home for it. And the only way you're gonna know that is if you live with it for a little while. So one example of this is our homeschooling materials. It's been a thing, guys. But one of the things that I found super easy is that I have all of their work separated, and then I have labeled these magazine holders so that I know who belongs to what books. I can grab them, I can see them, they can grab them, they know whose is whose, and everything we need is wherever we're working, whether it's here, down the front of our house, at our dining room table, everything is really quick and easy to grab. Now, obviously, not all of you guys are going to be homeschoolers, and so this isn't going to be what you're going to be doing, but whatever that is, whatever little thing that is going wrong, whatever isn't working, you're only going to know once you've lived with it for a little while. And so when the wheels start falling off, when you can't find something, or you're finding that you're having to dig through other things to get to what you need to get to, that's a good sign that something isn't living in the right place, and it is your pathway to wherever that organized stuff should be. So guys, don't beat yourself up, just find a solution that will work. Taking this room from where I could barely walk in to a functional space that is doing so many things. If your storage room needs to double as a guest bedroom or any other functional space in your home, this is totally achievable by sectioning off those items and putting them in a way that makes them easily accessible for everyone.